All right, are we ready to go?
I think so, yeah. I'm playing with toys.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the final episode of Stasis Pod, the Transformers animated podcast. On this episode, we are going to wrap up our discussion of Transformers animated and make way for the next series that we'll be covering. Spoilers, it's Transformers Prime.
I thought we were gonna do Energon.
Oh, yes, we all sustained massive head trauma, and we decided that we should cover Energon for a full calendar year.
Oh my god, it would be that too. Because it was so many episodes.
By which point, we would either be dead or envy the dead.
Yeah. Oh my god. So bad.
Anyway, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David. Well, presumably this is the last episode. This might be two, depending on how long we ramble. You'll find out when we do.
That's right.
Yes.
It's a surprise to us, too.
Yay! Those are the best kinds of surprises.
Transformers, holding me Transformers, robots in disguise, Autobots wage the battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, all that they appear. Transformers, justice goes again.
So, with the end of Transformers Animated, I don't think we knew right away that it was going to be the series finale. Although it certainly seemed like a series finale, even if it was a titch rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think by that point, I mean, how to put this? We did not have a confirmation of another season.
No.
And generally
that's usually
at
a sign
that point,
that we're not getting a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Usually that means there's not gonna be one.
And I think around this time, Hasbro wasn't really getting along with Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, that's why it ended, because the Cartoon Network Nickelodeon's the one that orders 20 episode things, but Cartoon Network was doing weird things.
I mean,
trying out live action and weird
Yeah, they're
shit.
trying out live action, and they were also giving priority to their own in-house shows.
Yeah, like was Ben 10 sort of in-house?
Ben 10's in-house.
Yes.
I think even like the DC shows, like I think Teen Titans is in-house because I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network.
Yes. Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network, which is why all that DC stuff tends to be on, that's why they had Justice League Unlimited and Teen Titans and all that, because that's actually, that is their in-house stuff. And that's also why DC Comics did that whole Hanna-Barbera
Oh,
thing.
right.
Oh yeah, they're still kind of doing it. Well, there's a Snagglepuss comic now, which is
Well,
strange.
but I mean, they did an issue where Elmer Fudd fights Batman, I believe.
No.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I think that was like the one good one.
I heard that
of
was actually
weird
pretty good.
crossover series. Yeah.
And then,
Wile E.
Scooby-Doo's
Coyote
crossed over. Like, there
somebody.
is a Scooby-Doo Batman Brave and the Bold crossover movie that's coming out, I think.
Huh.
So yeah. Also, back in the old days, who else remembers the Warner Brothers Studio store?
Not me.
Oh.
I don't think we had that in Canada.
I think I saw one once. I've seen Disney stores way.
We have those.
Well, yeah, they don't have Warner Brothers Studio stores anymore. It was something, I don't know when they went away, but it was like the early 2000s. But they had one at Fair Oaks Mall where I lived near when I was in high school and then later worked at for a couple years. And I didn't work at the studio store. I worked at the Doubleday Bookshop. And they had like some of the actual prop gremlins like up in the rafters and stuff. And, they had so much Batman the Animated Series stuff back then. But they also had like Space Ghost stuff because, again, Warner Brothers owned Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera. And that's where I got my Hong Kong Phooey keychain that I had for probably 10 years until it finally broke. So yeah, that's... See, the thing is, I thought with Sam Register producing it, I thought basically Transformers Animated was kinda halfway in-house, but I guess it was probably more like, I don't know, like licensed sort of stuff.
I mean, I guess even if it was halfway in, that still means you're halfway out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means you're not making as much money off of it as you're making off Teen Titans.
Yes. However, that was not, they still had plans for what they were going to do if they made a season 4, and those were released in the invaluable and essential Allspark Almanacs,
Yes.
by the team of Jim.
Allspark Almanac Volume 2, mostly.
Yes, because, well, I think the Volume 1 was just covered the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. The first one's like the first 2 seasons with a few little odds and ends. The second one is the 3rd season and so much extra material.
Yes.
Including mention of season 4 on a couple pages.
Yes.
Yes.
Much more than meets the eye. And I think these go for like a decent buck on the secondary market. If you can get your hands on them, definitely
Right.
do so. They're great.
Kinda wish I
What,
hadn't
didn't-
sold mine, but you know, I needed money.
Didn't IDW re-release it like a collected version?
Oh, right. The complete Allspark Almanac. I think, yeah.
I think that has some extra stuff that wasn't in
Yes, so I've got to track that down one of these days too. But anyway, yes, those are very good. And obviously if you're a fan of animated, you should definitely track them down because they are definitely the most comprehensive reference materials we really had for anything Transformers related, period. Probably because it was such a limited thing, so they could sort of encompass everything in this little universe that we got over the course
It's more
of,
self-contained, and yet the Almanac just, like, throws extra junk in there that...
I will say that I'm not a huge fan of like sneaking stuff into canon via like untranslated Cybertronics on a cereal box or whatever.
Yeah, I don't count that junk at all. Well, some of the things it adds in here I don't like that you can see. The stuff you have to translate, no, that's bullshit.
There is a lot of, this is where I start using the term apocryphal. It's
very
it's stuff that's sort of semi-canon. Like, I would like to point out that the term canon is something that originated in reference to, like, Catholic teaching. So I feel that apocryphal is similarly suitable to steal from, like, theological study. But yeah, it's basically stuff that's not really necessarily canon, but, you know, it's accepted by some people, and I don't know. It's sort of up to personal gnosis. It's up to personal feelings, like how much you want to consider it as properly canon. Anyway, there's my theological teaching / fandom terminology discussion for the night.
All right. So, among the things that were planned for this, I guess the season would have been about like Energon. Since the Allspark left like Energon all over Detroit.
Yes, let me read a chunk of it. The season 4 through season 3, there was the final. Though season 3 was the final episode of Animated, there was quite a bit of development into the 4th season that would have looked like. Overarching themes of the season would have been Energon. The act of reconstituting the Allspark left Energon deposits all over Detroit and its environs. Some existing plotlines continue: Mystery Story's origin, Black Arachne's army of Predacons, and toys.
Right,
Yay,
there was
And
toys.
the trial of Megatron.
And I believe there were a couple of toys in that did not end up getting made, like a Marauder Megatron, who's like a triple changer Megatron who kind of looks like Beast Machine's Megatron with the helmet thing.
Yeah, the helmet is very Beast Machine's Megatron. The body is sort of weird, it looks like War Within-ish kind of thing, design-wise. Well, it kind of looks like War Within Grimlock.
Okay.
Sort of. There's other things. There was pictures of Hot Shot, the toy that was never made.
Ooh.
Power Master Optimus Prime.
Ah. Well, that's a well they've certainly gone back to.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a random aside, that hot shot from this like Rescue Bots Academy thing is precious and adorable.
Yeah. Oh, and there's an Earth mode Ironhide that kind of looks like one of the Generations cups the Robots in Disguise cup, I think.
Or the Transformers Prime Cup.
Ha!
Who I think was released as Ironhide in Japan. But I mean, the deal is, he kind of looks like movie Ironhide, because he's a pickup truck with big cannons. And
yeah.
I guess he was going to join the cast to replace Bulkhead. And then Jazz was going to replace Prowl.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would have your entire 2007 movie cast on the show.
Yeah. There is pictures of supposed concept art where, Optimus Prime's got like flames on his feet and a star on his chest, and Ratchet's green like the movie. So the concept art may be an exaggeration. Oh, there's also a list of possible episodes. The Trial of Megatron. Allspark Apocalypse Now. Steam spelled out about some radical Luddites trying to save Earth from Cybertronians. Mirror, mirror! Good old mirror, mirror. Gremlins in the gears.
Okay.
It came from the planet Cybertron. Turf War! And Megatron must be destroyed.
Oh.
Interesting.
And there's a picture of Kaon in Lake Erie, which is weird.
Oh.
Ew. But is there any angry Archer?
Probably somewhere. I don't think it's mentioned on these pages, though.
And sadly, I don't know where I was going with that.
Something was sad, though.
Yes.
We didn't get another season, and they had ideas and designs, at least.
Yeah.
Just didn't get it into full production.
And apparently Ultra Magnus was going to die, which is a bummer.
Aww.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. But the flip side of that is you get Sentinel Magnus in a stupid helmet.
Oh.
The stupid helmet's pretty great.
It is a pretty silly helmet.
I gotta say, the stupid helmet is some A+ stupid helmet.
Anyway, I will say that we do get some Angry Archer in the IDW comics, which came out around the same time as, I believe, Season 3.
Good.
Ooh.
Need more Angry Archer.
Now, this is a 5-issue series. Well, a 5/6-issue series. Transformers Animated: The Arrival. It was all written by Marty Eisenberg. And I guess I could just go through it issue by issue here.
Yeah.
So, since I've got them right here, first issue, all one story, written by Marty Eisenberg, pencils by Dario Brizuela, and it's basically just showing the events of the first three-parter through the eyes of basically one character per 1 or 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a pretty amusing couple pages of Sentinel Prime delivering Optimus Prime's eulogy, because they think he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual eulogy he's giving is interspersed with what he actually thinks.
He's a jerk.
So for instance, Optimus and his crew went down in the line of duty. Garbage duty. And while I never got the chance to know them personally, thank the Allspark for small miracles, they will all be remembered as losers.
He's a bad person.
Yes, he is.
Jeez.
So, you see Isaac Sumdac discovering Megatron's head.
Ooh, important info.
We get a battle between Starscream and Black Arachnia, because we find out that she made her way to Earth by following him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then planting a tracking device to make it to Earth. We get a little bit of Long Arm Prime sneaking around with what we know now.
Dun dun dun.
And that's pretty much the first issue. Second issue, we start getting what will be the rest of the series, which is usually 2 stories per issue. The lead story in this is Attention Surplus Disorder, penciled again by Dario Brizuela, and it presents something that I really wanted to see in this series, since Detroit is full of super villains who were already there when the Autobots got there. They were we find out that Detroit had a local superhero, the Wraith.
Oh.
Yay!
And even though he did first appear in a movie with music by Transformers the Movie's Lion, it is not Charlie Sheen as a phantom spaceman with a sweet 80s car.
Aww.
It's kind of a great bad movie.
That is a spectacular bad movie. But the Wraith is he's kind of Batman, and he's kind of the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as opposed to the Phantasm in the movie.
You play a good game, boy.
No, not
And
that.
he's seemingly like a ghostly superhero, but in fact he is just a guy in a van projecting spooky holograms of himself to menace supervillains.
That's very Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's like reverse Scooby-Doo.
Yes, well, it becomes actual Scooby-Doo because whilst foiling a robbery by Angry Archer, Bumblebee accidentally reveals that the Wraith is just a dude in a van.
Oops.
And subsequently, as he is now exposed, he gets attacked by Colossus Rhodes during a jailbreak.
Uh-oh.
And, like, the city, which, like, we see, like, a billboard, welcome to Detroit, home of the Wraith. We see, people selling Wraith merchandise, but all that love for him just goes to the Autobot, so he becomes insanely jealous.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And it culminates in, usually he was, like, the special guest at Homecoming at the University of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But instead this year, it's Bumblebee who gets himself painted in University of Michigan colors.
Oh.
That's very Detroit.
Yes. And then the Wraith ends up tricking him, slaps a boot on his tires, and then whilst doing so, stages an attack, uses a holographic Bumblebee to attack the football game, and then also, hijack a blimp to crash into the stands. Much like in the movie Black Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's messed up. It's not very heroic.
Yeah, eventually the Autobots foil his plan, and he ends up just in what is kind of a dark move for Transformers Animated, just locked up in an insane asylum.
What?
Shit's dark, yo.
Like you see him in a straitjacket in a padded room. They sent him to Arkham.
Wow. Wow. They didn't even do that with, like, Nanosec.
No, no, he just got aged into senility.
Yeah. Poor guy.
And then the backup is Whatever Happened to What's-His-Name, penciled by Marcelo Mater, which is about Starscream after having crashed into the Earth after his battle in the opening three-parter, getting repaired and does it get repaired or... No, he just gets an extreme... Oh no, he does get repaired and also an extreme makeover from Professor Princess. Who puts him in like a pink wig and lipstick, glues a bunch of hearts to him.
Aww. That's adorable.
And then before he can kill her, he takes a hologram of the bedazzled Starscream and says that she will broadcast it all around the galaxy if they ever meet again. Issue 3, we've got Stiletto, featuring another new supervillain. This is former professional kickboxer Stella Healy, who is recruited by Megatron to steal an experimental laser, or a laser scalpel and experimental metal alloy, which he uses to make herself boots with like laser stiletto heels.
Sure.
Okay.
And then she uses this to try and destroy the Ambassador Bridge, which links Detroit and Windsor.
That's also very Detroit.
And then it turns out that Megatron did mastermind the whole thing, and this material is what he eventually made his swords out of in his Earth body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, neat.
And notably here, Stella Healy has no lines. Her sole word bubble is an interrobang.
I mean, I guess when you're a kickboxer, you don't need to say things.
Yes.
Yes. So, female characters, no lines.
I mean, I'm sure it's a choice. You know, she's kind of like a Batroc the Leaper type.
Well, then she would just be saying ridiculous French things. I mean,
well,
literally all I know about Batroc the Leaper comes from the cinematic universe and Hostess ads.
Hostess for bars.
Well, I will note that Detroit does have its roots in. It was originally settled by the French, and Detroit means the Straits.
Mm-hmm. That's boring.
And
however you choose to interpret it, I declare that to be boring.
And the second story is Bots of Science, with art by Boo.
Ooh.
Ooh, yay.
And this depicts a flashback to Ratchet's wartime days, in which he finds where a Decepticon cosmic rust weapon has been used on the battlefield, killing Autobot and Decepticon alike.
It's not good.
And he finds one lone survivor, Oil Slick, who at this point had not turned up on the show yet, but had been a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he eventually convinces them to do like an enemy mine situation, because he's also a scientist. So, you know, they help each other out to work to synthesize a cure. But then it turns out that Oil Slick is actually like a chemical weapons engineer, and he was the one who created it.
Dun dun dun. That's a pretty good story hook.
Yes, I mean it's definitely like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
So
I
eventually
like
he gets shot with the cosmic rust, but Oil Slick does get away.
So he can then go on to appear on the show.
Yes, but Ratchet does get the antidote, so he does not die of cosmic rust.
Well, good. You know, considering that he is not dead of cosmic rust.
So the moral of the story: never trust anybody.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Issue 4, we've got another fairly comedic main story with nary a Decepticon in sight. The villain is Porter C. Powell.
Yay!
Who at the Detroit Convention Center, which I've attended, it's the annual Auto Robo Show. So I guess it's a combination of both the Detroit Auto Show, which I've attended in the past, and a robot show.
I mean, they're gonna have to have a trade show. You got an industry like that, you're gonna have a trade show.
This is this is the insincerest form of flattery, with pencils by Dario Brizuela again. And Powell Motorworks introduces the Bulkhead, which is just like it's just Bulkhead's like heavily armored vehicle mode that they are selling as an SUV.
Huh.
I quote here, perfect for the urban warrior or the suburban soccer mom. Fuel economy? Who cares when you've got the power of the Bulkhead at your command? Commuter traffic? No longer an issue. They'll all get out of the way when they see you coming in the Bulkhead. That's right, the Bulkhead. Autobot tested, Mom approved.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What I really like about Eisenberg's writing here is that because he was, the head writer on the show, all the characters just sound you can practically hear the voice actors' voices coming out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Bulkhead busts in, he's mad, obviously, but because Powell made the vehicle mode that he scanned, there's nothing he can do, and in fact he is going to look into suing Bulkhead.
It's another one of those unfortunate patent or copyright things like Soundwave.
But he tells everybody in attendance, not to buy the Bulkhead. But Porter C. Powell recuts the recording of that, so it appears that Bulkhead is endorsing his product.
Buy the Bulkhead! It's the greatest ever.
So this becomes a problem when, Bulkhead is on a stakeout, and the Witwickies try and load their new TV into him instead of their actual Bulkhead. And so then the crook that he was staking out was the Angry Archer, who then escapes in his own Bulkhead, which is in Angry Archer colors with his face painted on the side.
Nice.
Forsooth, yon green gargantuan approaches with vexing velocity. Fortunately, I am prepared with mine own getaway chariot. Then, at which point, Professor Princess attacks, and the angry archer gets stuck in traffic because everybody else is driving a bulkhead. Curse this unwieldy gargantuan, my kingdom for a hybrid. So, this is a problem, and eventually, Bulkhead ends up infiltrating a contest to pimp my bulkhead, in which Porter C. Powell is offering prizes for the best customized bulkhead.
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up getting tricked into going into a bulkhead with Porter C. Powell's face painted on the side, which turns out to be the actual bulkhead, who then goes for a ride and prompts Porter C. Powell to yell, "What are you trying to do? Kill me? Don't you know these things roll over on a turn at 20 miles an hour? I demand you let me out of this vehicle. These things are unsafe at any speed." Ralph Nader reference.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yay. That's
They explode on impact. They're nothing but gas-guzzling death traps. Because they also have the problem of the Ford Pinto.
Yes.
So, of course, they are recording all of this, and Porter C. Powell recalls everything.
Good job.
And the other story, A Few Loose Strands with art by Boo, is kind of a film noir type story following Lockdown as he heads to Earth and encounters Black Arachnia. So they have a fight. They also have some like noir-ish dialogue. So what's a nice bot like you doing in a dump like this? You first. I'm looking for a bot. Aren't we all, sweetheart? Used to wear the red face on your chest. Know this bot? It's very stylized. And eventually, of course, this ends in a fight. She tries to use her absorbing powers on him, but she absorbs all of his powers and seemingly throws up off screen.
Oh. Okay.
That's unfortunate. Welcome to being organic.
Yes. And so it ends with both Lockdown and Black Arachnia on Earth preparing to be in their respective episodes.
Yay!
And that brings us to what was not supposed to be the final issue of the mini, but was the final issue. Issue 5. First story is Survival Skills, again penciled by Dario Brizuela, which depicts a pre-Earth Optimus Prime battling a pre-Earth Megatron on some unknown planet. But how could this be? They first met in the first episode. And indeed, the fight ends with Optimus getting stabbed through the chest by Megatron. But it turns out this was all a training simulation. And even though he died, apparently, according to Ultra Magnus, he scored higher than any Autobot in Academy history. So this must have been like a Kobayashi Maru.
I was gonna say, it's Kobayashi Maru.
The only way to win is not to play.
That's a different game.
And then our second story is Everything Must Go with art by Boo, which depicts the rivalry between Blitzwing and Lugnut as they are sold increasingly outlandish weapons by Swindle.
Nice.
And this is very much a Looney Tunes cartoon. They have very silly looking weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lugnut has a Talosian triple crusher cannon, which is just like a giant magnet.
Does it have, is it red with the white ends?
It is, yes.
Okay, good.
Lugnut at one point or Blitzwing at one point has one that kind of just looks like a big sousaphone. Anyway, eventually they figure out that the same person has been selling them both weapons, and they beat him up.
Yay!
And that was our final issue. It solicits a 6th issue, but that issue was only released as a pack-in with Jetstorm and Jetfire. It is entitled Rise of Safeguard, but
Yay!
I believe it ended up being titled First and Second in Flight in the interior.
Let me open it up and find out.
I would say that's a better title.
I mean, I'm just tired of Rise of something.
Yeah, that too. I think things need to stop rising. They need to just settle down and stay at a nice level close to the ground. To be reasonable.
So we find out.
Can't even find a title page on the inside. I got it with the
Yeah,
toy.
I'm not sure, but the wiki calls it first and second in flight. Oh, apparently it's in the trade paperback.
Oh,
Huh.
okay.
Well, that's nice of them for, people who want to read the whole series and don't have the toys.
Mm-hmm. So this picks up, unlike the first 5 issues, which are clearly during season 1, after Starscream has been captured in, I believe, the Elite Guard, or maybe Mission Accomplished.
Sure. Somewhere.
Anyway, it's one of them. They've got him, and they scan him to see what they can do. So he ends up escaping, but not before they found the secrets of Decepticon flight.
Which I guess is a thing.
Yes. So, but they just need a couple test subjects. Luckily, they're these couple of goofballs, working at a refinery, and because they are goofballs, they end up having a hideous industrial accident.
They're so adorable, though. Yes. Even though they have a hideous industrial accident. They're so cute.
And so Perceptor's all, hey, I think we just found some quote-unquote volunteers.
Well, he said
Except
that
he says it in his
voice.
Stephen Hawking voice.
Yes. It looks like we have some quote-unquote volunteers.
That's more
Anyways.
of a G1 Soundwave voice.
Yes. It looks like we have quote-unquote volunteers. I can't. I'm no Frank Welker.
No
Anyway,
one
it turns
is.
out that not only are they quote-unquote volunteers, but they are twins, a rare anomaly, apparently a result of a split protoform. So keep your twincest fanfiction to yourself.
Sorry.
So yeah, so it's Perceptor, it's Wheeljack, and Red Alert working on this project. So indeed, they do end up with new forms and new powers of flight, and they are handed over to Sentinel Prime to bust into shape. And indeed, he dubs the first one. He turns into a jet. He says, "Not bad. I'm going to call you Jetfire." And the other guy transforms. Well, you don't get points for originality, but I'm going to call you Jetfire. And then when one Jetfire says, I'm already Jetfire, Sentinel Prime yells at them.
Wow, it's like people naming stuff at Hasbro.
I'm going to call you Jet Blast.
Wow.
But no, he comes up with Jet Storm.
You're a red car. I'm going to call you Swerve.
All right. So yeah, they go through testing. They have to go through combat testing with Jazz, who is also not crazy about these two goobers.
But they're so adorable. I guess they're not adorable when you have to, train them. Or put up with them on a regular basis.
And so, because they're doing so well, they load them into the virtual combat simulator. And then as they are presented with a tough challenge, we get a real Megatron, that jet storm is going to crash into that jet fire. No, they're going to combine into one safeguard.
Jet formation. Jet transformation.
They do indeed form one big battle in Dudicus.
Yes. G2
So this one
commercials
is-
were the best.
This one is basically a toy ad, but it's enjoyable enough.
Yeah, I think it probably is better having come with the toys. Because, then it makes sense for it to be a big toy ad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Yeah.
except instead of being buy these toys, it's like, hey, here's some stuff about the toys you just bought.
So that is it for the IDW books. What's up next?
So we talked about the almanacs. We talked about the plans for
I
season.
sort of glossed over them. There's so many weird things in the almanacs.
I mean, there's a playable board game in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the board game, which has way too many weird references and things, and I can't imagine actually trying to play it.
And it's not just references to Transformers either. It's just a bunch of random references to lots of things.
Yes.
Yeah, like, okay, I got it open. Let's find some weird things that are on this little game. Machine Wars, Atlas War, Pangea Wars on Giganation, something or other.
Gigantian?
Yeah, something like that.
That was one of the planets from Cybertron.
Constructicon Problems, Squadron X Defeated,
That's
Straxus Smells Scrounge,
Scrounge.
Oh, the smelting pool.
Repugnus Goes Rogue, Gold Plastic Syndrome Cure Developed.
Hey, man.
There's a lot of in-jokes on this, but this is probably the Gordian knot of references. So many weird. Underbase Lost.
Ooh.
The underbase.
So, much like the underbase, to try and decode all these references is to invite madness.
Yes.
Even death.
Yeah. DevCon captures Cryotech.
And I mean, I'm sure if you did try and decode all these references, you would become gigantic and then break 3 years worth of toys.
Yeah.
Okay, but
you gotta be careful.
There's a thing in here that I don't remember being in here. The Haydeen system is the system that Cybertron is in. And it has the planets around the star. What is the star called? Well, I guess it's Haydeen. It lists all the other planets. Cybertron is the 4th planet. It has 2 moons.
What?
And
Cybertron doesn't have a sun.
I mean, sometimes it has a
It
sun.
does.
It did in Beast Machines.
This series,
I was gonna say, as we learned in Beast Machines, it doesn't have a sun except when it needs to have a sun. Except when it needs a dramatic sunrise.
Okay,
and we know it has
there
2...
are references. 2 moons, yes, there's 2 moons.
Except when one has been eaten. Sometimes one has been eaten.
Sometimes both have been eaten.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, there are planets in this system, and there are probably more references than what I'm noticing, but the largest planet in this system is called Thulsa Doom.
It's a Conan reference.
Yes.
With such moons as Thothamon and other things that are probably Conan references.
Uh-huh.
The second planet in the system is called Thesagua, with its moon Ibon. Hey,
Is that
Clark Ashton Smith references.
Right.
No, not Lovecraft, Clark Ashton Smith. There's
Okay.
some other references that are probably references to other weird things. There's Planet Dread, Thrush, Bella Gear, Thuvia.
I think that's a Tolkien thing.
Maybe.
And I think Thuvia is, what's it, the John Carter guy.
Mm-hmm.
Burroughs, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
I mean, it's got 2 moons, so maybe that is. It's been a while since I've read any Edgar Rice Burroughs, but I did not expect to find Thesagua in a Transformers book.
They ran out of Transformers references.
But at least they went for that instead of Planet Cthulhu.
Yeah, I mean, they
Thanks for
couldn't be
going
too
for
obvious.
more obscure.
Presumably why
You
they
could be like
used-
World of Warcraft and just have Cthulhu.
And presumably that's why they used Thuvia and not Barsoom.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yogg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at this
Anyway,
list of planets in here. Eternia, Thundera.
Is that-
No.
No,
Stop.
I'm not. No.
No, this is in the next couple of
No,
pages, apparently.
Oh shit! Yeah, the stellar cartography.
Where there's like a giant galaxy map.
Yeah, some Planet Mongo.
Planet Crankor from Prince of Space.
Crank.
No!
Yeah,
Can't just
like
make
the
a
previous one. It's like
Prince of Space reference Transformers canon.
okay, it's neat that you threw a few things in, but like this goes too far trying to tie in fucking New Texas.
Is that from Brave Star?
Yes,
I think it's
probably.
Bravestar or one of the other ones.
I think
One
it's
of the
Brave Star.
other
That...
cowboys
Planet
in
Orc.
What?
Mork from Orc is in this damn continuity.
Nanu.
No. Madripoor.
Yeah, that's from
Or
X-Men.
Magipore. It may be spelled wrong. Pern.
Like where Wolverine is a bartender with one eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it named Patch?
Yeah. What? Didn't it show up in some continuity, some version of that like everyone knows it's just Wolverine and they're just playing along?
Yeah, I think that was in...
Sure
I swear that happened
that's
somewhere.
canon. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure that's
I mean,
616.
it's just Wolverine with an eye patch.
Everyone knows that Patch is just Wolverine with an eye patch. They just go along with him. They feel bad.
Anyway, before we took this weird sidetrack, Jen, you were saying something. Did you read a comic or something?
Yes.
Or maybe we should talk about the BotCon comic first.
Yes, I was actually going to
okay.
bring that up, David.
Because that one is an official product, and it is kind of what we got instead of Season 4.
This basically is Season 4, because it takes the Megatron escape plan. It's like, he doesn't escape, but that's the entire plan of the comic. The first panel is the last thing we see at the end of Transformers Animated, with everybody captured, Optimus with the Matrix around his waist, or neck, and everybody there, and Sentinel Prime's unhappy. It's being narrated by, the convention exclusive, I think it was the...
Stunticons?
No, it's being narrated by Sideswipe.
Ah.
In his G2 colors.
Yes.
Okay, I think he was he Jazz, I think?
No, he's, Rodimus.
Rodimus, okay, that makes sense.
Rodimus with a new head. Him and Breakdown are the same. They're the same head, just different colors. It's like the Stunticons are the 5 you get in the thing, and they're the stars of this show.
G2 Sideswipe is
Dare to be stupid, dare to be stupid. What did I say?
customizing glasses.
Tell me what I say.
No, because I have him. He came in a 2-pack with Toxic.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Maybe I should look them up on eBay then, because as a general rule, I enjoy G2 Sideswipe.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it'd be that expensive anymore. Because it's been a while. Anyway, the Decepticons are locked up in their old... What does it say?
In Kaon, isn't it? In Triptychon?
Their old stronghold in Kaon. Their stronghold is Triptychon.
Just a building here, not a guy.
Yeah, just a building.
Well, I mean,
but...
the Metroplex is also a building. Fortress Maximus is also a building.
Yeah, on the next page. Yeah, so it's like, hey, it's foreshadowing. This could happen eventually, but it's neat. But like, Triptychon in his base mode, the 2 little thingies that are on his feet, the tines.
Yes! To keep him from toppling over.
In this comic, in base mode, those tines are, my brain just farted.
Because I'm very excited that that's on the, recent Titans Return
Space Bridge.
Okay.
Triptychon,
Brain,
because they don't need to be there, and it's just such a
No, they don't
great
need to be there,
throwback,
but-
though, because it's one of those little elements that you remember so well from the original toy that...
There's...
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So many little touches in this comic. The space bridges being his little tines is adorable. There's little sketches you can see of a scrounge who has a drill for a head.
I believe that the technical term for them are walkie bits. Those are his walkie bits.
No, he didn't write this comic.
No.
No. Speaking of which, the story is by Marty Eisenberg, Derek Wyatt, and Matt Youngberg. It's actually written by Marty Eisenberg. Pencils and inks by Marcello Matera.
Yeah, he's
like
done,
that.
he did a bunch of this animated comic, and he does a ton of box art now.
Yeah, well, he's been doing box art since, Energon, I think. Possibly Armada. Mm-hmm. So he's been involved for a long, long time.
Anyway, Sideswipe is an old cop on his last case, and he's too tired for this shit, and his young partner is Cheetor, who's a recolor of Blur.
Of course.
And they arrest Rattletrap, and there's a comment about, man, I'd never work with you, with Cheetor and him. It's like, him gagged, yeah, that's cute.
Wasn't Blur at least somewhat inspired by the old Transtech Cheetor design?
Yes!
That got out, so it's very appropriate that then...
It's the circle of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's holding a Cheetor toy up to the sky while standing on a big rock. I guess
you'd have to have, your Baboom handle that.
Yes.
Anyway, their case, like, the Rattletrap was, like, selling illegal weapons or something. Well, a fake axe of Optimus Primes, and their thing leads them to a traveling circus. What is it exactly called? The Stunt Convoy, which headed by, Motormaster.
And he's basically like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, I can't not read his dialogue as Macho Man.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the intention.
Your rehearsal, Motormaster can read his name on the top of the marquee. Can you, Wild Ride?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that was intentional.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
I think art thou bored?
Yeah. Anyway, they're
also he's got a mustache.
Yeah, he's got a big. Is it a Lemmy?
It's the Lemmy mustache.
Yeah. The horseshoe. Yeah. They're a stunt show in town, parked right next to the Trypticon, like, prison. It's like, oh, it's so convenient, and Sentinel drags Optimus to this because
reasons.
Toxitron is there, and he's just a ridiculous, stupid repaint of Optimus Prime, who's a moron, who uses a plunger as an axe.
No, like you do.
He's like, I wonder if that's a reference to the Toxic Avenger.
Ooh.
Probably, yeah. Well, Toxitron talks like Bizarro, almost.
Ah. Me am Optimus Prime #1.
Yes.
And no you am come back, or you am face wrath of Toxitron energy axe thingy.
And I think we can note here that all the Stunticons are just like your regular Stunticons, but I believe Dragstrip is a lady.
Yes, which is sort of unfortunate that that's the one they chose to be named Dragstrip.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, because, like, her deco, I don't know if it was intentionally inspired by Kill Bill, but it works along the lines of Kill Bill, but her color scheme that way ends up being the color of the pussy wagon.
Yeah, well, and also kind of the color of Uma Thurman's jumpsuit in that movie.
Well, yes.
But also if you've watched the TV edit, the party wagon.
Did they digitally change the paint job on it, or was it the license?
I believe they did.
Wow.
I mean, just as they also had that guy bust in with, my name is Buck, and I'm here to party.
That's a weird movie. Anyway, it's fun to read the comic with the things, and Iron Fist is in there, or did they call him Fistitron? No,
Fistitron.
Iron Fist.
Probably because Iron Fist would run into, like, Marvel problems.
Well, the toy is probably, I think, Fistitron. In the comic, he's called Iron Fist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
Or Iron Fist's workshop.
It's his handle versus his actual name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a noir, crimey thingy that leads up to... Oh yes, the Stunticons weren't pretending to be Decepticons in their show. There actually are Decepticons pretending to be Autobots pretending to be Decepticons.
Dun dun.
I'm a dude pretending to be a dude pretending to be another dude.
Yeah, the Motormaster, General Strickham, ma'am. Motormaster is pleased to report that Motormaster's prison break mission proceeded exactly as Motormaster planned. Of course, it's actually Wild Ride's plan, because he's sort of a crazy MC, because he's a lockdown remold with a different head.
Okay.
They use the Autobot toys rather well.
Yes, I remember that being a nice looking set.
Yeah. Their unifying color is kind of maroon, although Motormaster doesn't have that. Which is a thing, like, there are problems with the BotCon sets, but I do like that, well, most of the ones I have, they have, like, a unifying color in the main set.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer when it's a brighter color, but the maroon works with the Stunticons.
I like the G2 set when it was just all brighter colors. All the brightest colors. Those are the best colors.
Anyway, they're having the final arena thingy, and everybody comes together, and the Stunticons are about to beat the crap out of Sideswipe and Cheetor, but then, me am save you! Toxitron drives backwards, because he's an idiot, and knocks something down on top of the Stunticons. Surprise! It turns out that was Optimus Prime with a different paint job, the electronic paint like that Waspinator used.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Comes back in this comic. which feels like a thing that would have been in the series if they had done it. Having
Yes.
to call back to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it ends up, yeah, they win, they beat the Stunnicons, they're locked in prison again. And Sideswipe is finished with his final mission and retires to an Energon farm to quietly live his life. And, kicking back while watching a meteor shower. Wait, that's not a meteor shower. The last panel is Stricka, Blot, was it Skybite, I think Mind Wipe, and Oil Slick just falling out of the sky.
Oh no!
The end, question mark?
Oh.
Damn it, Marty.
Yay, it's Team Char.
And I will also note here that apparently Blur is seen, Cliffjumper is seen in the crowd holding a blue cube.
Wait, where is
Aw,
there's a
Blur.
crowd scene? There's a lot of people in that crowd scene.
Poor Blur.
Where?
But don't feel too bad because
He is. Oh.
in a story later written by Marty Eisenberg, Blur was returned to life.
Yay.
Good.
It was like one of those convention script readings, and I guess John Machida was actually there.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
So, that does it for that. I believe there's one final, somewhat apocryphal comic that remains.
Yes, we're to a slightly higher level of apocryphal here. Thanks to friend of the pod, Wind Chaser, Cecilia. Hello. I got a hold of the TF Nation 2007 comic. That is has some design by Josh Perez, script by Chris McFeely and Jim Sorensen, who, as you may recall from like 20 minutes ago, did the Almanacs. It's in 3 chapters. I'm guessing probably split up because it's a fairly, it doesn't have an actual page count, but it's definitely like a small trade paperback, big prestige format comic. So it's split into 3 parts, each one with different artists, probably for production reasons. The first one by Ed Perry, Pirrie. The second by Hearst Spalter, color assist by Natalie Suter, and the last one art by Gavin Spence. And there's some brief Andrew Turnbull on there, which I follow him on Twitter. I will say, as our local fandom history specialist, that I am the British fandom, and I take it that this is partly due to being just geographically and population-wise a much smaller, more close-knit group. Their primary media having been a comic book, which you can write into people about and get, editorial pages and that sort of thing. They always felt a bit more like they seem to have a bit more ownership over canon, not real canon, but they seemed a lot more open to generally agreeing on Apocrypha. Back in the old days, they tended to have, their own fan club zine that they took fairly seriously. And so basically what I'm saying is it doesn't feel out of place to me, for a British group of fans to put together something like this that's very much sort of claiming the semi-canon like this and just sort of putting this out there and saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Whereas with American fans, there tends to be a lot more conflict and people disagreeing about stuff and people not taking, not accepting other people's headcanons. Whereas the UK fandom has, since G2, felt a lot more cohesive about that sort of thing. So, that said, this really is in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a novelization of all the stuff you were talking about planned for season 4. It's about Megatron being put on trial. It's about Sari and Bulkhead and Bumblebee venturing down into Cybertron to return all the shards of the Allspark to the Well of Allsparks and reignite it. A lot like happened at the end of Transformers Prime. And I do think it's very interesting to see animated, which took so much from so many other things, and then now possibly taking stuff from what came after it, though I don't know if that was just also part of the plan that just happened to also be the way they ended Prime. And they get underneath Cybertron and they run into Black Arachnia and Waspinator and Black Arachnia's new monster pet army people, Inferno and Antagony.
Ooh, Antagony. That's a deep cut.
Yes, that's a deep cut. There are definitely some deep cuts in here.
I mean, I'd expect nothing less of Chris McFeely.
Yes, yes. You have Sentinel Prime being Sentinel Magnus with the giant helmet. He definitely has the giant helmet, and it definitely looks as ridiculous as you'd expect. He's a big jerk to Prime. So basically, yeah, you have the two plots going on at once. You have Megatron's trial. You have Sentinel talking about getting this Power Master armor that he's going to put on, I guess, to match his giant head. It's mentioned that it has user-sensitive electronic paint, because that's going to be a thing. And meanwhile, and then the reason why I spoke up earlier and was like, oh yeah, the Trypticon in Kaon, because that comes up here. It shows the Stunticons all locked away in a prison, in cells alongside Blitzwing and Lugnut and Shockwave. And I will say that also all the voices here are pretty dead on, so. Including writing out Blitzwing's wonderful accent. Also, one of the Warden bots is a little like Armada Leader 1 looking dude.
I think those guys first show up in the BotCon comics.
Yeah, well, it's hard. I couldn't identify what they were. I think they were supposed to be like mini-cons, but they're all like chubby little head.
I mean, some of them are mini-cons, and according to the wiki, at least one of them is based on Wall-E.
Oh, okay.
Don't you mean Johnny Five? Yeah, Alpha Trion sends Bumblebee and Bulkhead and Sari to go on this errand with the Allspark while the trial is going on. They come across a mural that tells a story about how the Magnus Hammer was actually this mystical weapon that just showed up from the stars one day, and they assumed it was a gift from the gods, and it became a symbol of leadership of the Autobots. And there's talk about an Autobot, let me see, how it made the Autobots powerful enough to build an empire that stretched across the galaxy. And I'm like, empire building? That's not very peaceful.
It's not very
part of me is wondering if that's supposed to be sort of intentionally like raising eyebrows, or if it's just maybe not thinking that hard about empire building. Because, look, everything doesn't, I realize that this is me saying it, but I realize that things don't always have to be super deep and dark and sinister.
British and stuff.
Maybe they're fine.
The sun never sets on the Autobot Empire.
Yeah. So Megatron asks Optimus to represent him in the trial. He says, I am concerned that Sentinel Magnus does not intend to approach tomorrow's legal proceedings in good faith. As such, I send this message to formally request that Optimus Prime serve as my defense. I am told he is well acquainted with Sentinel's particular brand of legerdemain. Besides, in my experience, a healthy rivalry engenders the best performance among lesser mechs. He's such a jerk. And so, he says, I guess I have to. And then meanwhile, underground spiders. There's a very nice point where they all run into a big spider web, and there's a big thwap sound effect that's in like an 80s Spider-Man font. I may have to take a picture of that for Rob. But, meanwhile, the trial happens. There are some crowd scenes. There are lots of people there. There's fighting underground with the Predacons. Poor Optimus is trying to defend Megatron while the Decepticons are like shockwaves. Like, the logic of Megatron's course cannot be refuted. It was at his command that I infiltrated the ranks of Autobot intelligence. Megatron will lead us all into an age of Decepticon dominion, and those who resist will logically be crushed. Which is not very good for his defense. Because,
taking the old logic defense.
Yeah.
It's like arguing with a guy on Reddit.
Yeah. But also the defense that Megatron is, not guilty. Because of course he does the not guilty thing. He's gotta do the not guilty thing. But they get down to, Sorry and Bumblebee and Bulkhead get down to the Well of Allsparks and drop all the shards in, and then the Ghost of Prowl shows up. And the Ghost of Prowl has been granted the ability by the Allspark to explain to Sorry that she is basically an Allspark avatar. That the Allspark being an all-knowing, basically the Force, not just a thing that's connected to the Transformers, but which is throughout the universe, knew that Earth was going to get involved in things and sent a little protoform to be its avatar, and that turned into her. The end. No, not quite. Not quite, because what happens next is, meanwhile, at the trial, Team Char shows up. Which follows from the Bakon comic there.
Yeah, they moved off the farm after killing Sideswipe after he retired.
I'm sure he was just badly injured.
It's like that second G.I. Joe movie where it's just like, yeah, and everybody from before died. No, not like that at all.
No, it's actually like the first G.I. Joe movie, and it's just like, oh no, he got a snake thrown through him, but he's actually just in a coma.
Well, yes, that too.
I've got bad news, everybody. Duke has gone into a coma.
But yes, they have come to free Megatron. So there's a big fight. Sentinel's like, yeah, I totally wasn't expecting this at all. And it turns out Sentinel had actually... Stryka was like, hey, let us come in and just kill Megatron because he's a disgrace to the cause for getting captured. And you can look like a big, awesome hero. And Sentinel was like, well, I do have this big, awesome armor I just made, so let's do this thing. And then Megatron naturally gets into the armor, and he turns into what you were talking about with the Beast Machine sort of face mask thing going. Also, Scalpel is there.
Oh, from Revenge of the Fallen.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think he's in the Almanac.
Oil Slick was carrying him in, Oil Slick was carrying him in the last panel. I forgot to mention because he's really tiny.
And I think he just started out as like Derek Wyatt fan art.
Probably, yes.
Probably.
Does he also have a comical German accent in this?
Oh, yes. Yes. His is right up there with Blitzwing's. In fact, when they pick up Megatron, and they've decapitated Megatron, I forgot to mention that. Because I guess the Headmaster episodes established that that's just a thing you can do, and they'll be fine. So they took the security precaution of decapitating Megatron. So Scalpel retrieves Megatron's head and says, I have you, mein Kommandant. So yes, he is comically German. And then there's fighting. Optimus gets all powered up. Sorry appears. They explode onto the scene from beneath Cybertron. And also, so they're the Centurion robots that were down at the Well of Allsparks, which were very heavily based on the Centurion robot stuff from the UK comics. So yay, UK comic stuff. Which for a second I was thinking was what it was that Richard Branson was digging up from the bottom of the Thames in his comic comic cameo, which actually I thought of earlier today because Richard Branson was mentioned in some podcast. I was like, yeah, he was in the UK comic. But that was actually Megatron, but I believe it was after fighting the Centurion robot that he ended up at the bottom of the Thames. So anyway, of course, this being a UK fan convention, they had to work in some extra UK stuff. Also, Scrounge is in some of the crowd scenes. I do want to mention that too, with his drill head. Also in some of the crowd scenes is Ruckus, which is the only good thing to come out of Transformers Energon, I would say. Or no, that was Cybertron.
Wait, Ruckus? No, Ruckus is a Generation 1 guy.
No,
You mean Ransack?
Ransack.
Oh, Ransack, yes.
Yeah, Ransack and Crumble Zone.
Yes,
are
those
the
two
two
were
best.
a delight.
Damn, I want those two guys to show up in something else, because they're a great duo. The big guy and the little guy, a great comedy.
Well, I mean, we are going to get a duo of that sort in Transformers Prime briefly.
I was gonna say that they're kind of like Bumblebee and Bulkhead already. They're just like evil Bumblebee and Bulkhead.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you got the little wise little wise guy, and then the his big, somewhat slower friend.
Yes. So yes, Cybertron favorite Ransack is in a few of the panels. Anyway, so yeah, Sari shows up. She reveals that Sentinel Prime and Strika had worked this stuff out all along because the Allspark knows everything, and she powers up Optimus. And there's this great thing when Optimus shows up and he's all like armored up and he's got the hammer, and there's just this picture of Sentinel being so upset, and it's really great. Like, Sentinel wanted to be the big hero. And Optimus beats up Megatron.
You got the hat made and everything.
Also, there's a brief subplot where Cyclonus is also being part of Team Char, is sneaking onto Omega Supreme to take out Ultra Magnus, who is on life support on Omega Supreme. But then they also thwart him. So, bad stuff is thwarted, good stuff happens, there's glowing, there's beating people up, Sentinel Prime is demoted, and yeah. It's basically a lot of what was planned for season 4, just, in graphic novel format. I am sort of...
Except with Ultra Magnus living, which I approve of.
Yes. I am curious how much of the Sari stuff was actually, from the season 4 stuff. Is any of that in the season 4 stuff in the Almanac?
I think it just says that it will tell you what her origin is, but they don't say what it will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they ever, as far as I know, unless there was a drunken party somewhere, I don't think anyone ever told anybody what the plan was.
Yes, listeners out there, please get some booze into Marty Eisenberg and write into us. We got to know.
Or Derek, he probably knows. Did Derek drink? I don't know. I never actually got to hang out with Derek.
Seems like the Arnold Palmer type to me.
Yeah, I don't recall him being a lush at conventions like some people. I don't necessarily remember him being, not drinking, but I mean, admittedly, when I say remembering people drinking at conventions, I'm thinking either Simon Furman's constant stream of Coronas, which led to me drinking primarily Coronas for most of a decade, because I'm a dork. And the time Wankus was just super colossally drunk at the convention. That's pretty great.
And then I'm not sure if Scott McNeil drinks or if he's just drunk on life.
I feel like he's drunk on life. I think I want to say, and seems like one of those things I'm probably wrong about, but I want to say that he was drinking Canadian beer. But I could be absolutely 100% wrong about that. So,
I mean, as a Canadian, when in the States, I do generally seek out Canadian beer.
Yes, it's probably a good idea. I mean,
matter of national pride.
Yeah.
When I used to drink, I preferred Canadian beer when I couldn't get, or didn't just want cheap stuff or import Japanese. Labatt Blue was pretty good.
I will spare you all the story of me trying to get good mead in Virginia.
You might as well just, I think if you want to do that, I think you're going to have to start by keeping your own bees.
Yeah, probably, or I will have to find a way to import Brothers Drake from Columbus. Because Columbus had very good mead. But yeah, so it's a good comic. I'm definitely glad I got a chance to read it. I don't know how widely available it is. But it was fun. And yeah, it's a good summary of the plans for season 4.
So yeah, that is the end of Transformers Animated. I think there was also a Japanese, mini manga series,
Yes,
Transformers The Cool,
Yeah, there was...
which I think is just kind of a retelling of it.
I think, oh yeah, there's that, and also there was recently an animated anniversary fan comic too.
I thought that's what, in Japan you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a doujinshi.
I'm sure it's a very beautiful doujinshi.
God damn it!
Yeah, I don't know if it would count as a doujinshi. It wasn't official, because the Cool was official. It came out when they did animated.
Yes.
Yeah. But there was
I'm pretty sure I
thing for
remember
the
the anniversary one being referred to as a doujinshi, so I think it is very much a...
I remember
fan
seeing
comic.
it, and it was beautiful, and artists,
It was a very beautiful doujinshi.
I wanted that beautiful
The
doujinshi.
loss of Happy Hentai Home was a loss for the entire internet.
Nobody's gonna get that.
And so yeah, that is pretty much all there is for Transformers Animated. And as much as I kind of want there to be more because it was a fun series, I kind of like that there's just only so much of it.
Yeah.
And I think that Transformers benefits in that it can just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But take stuff with it.
Yes.
Like
Bulkhead.
Yes. Sometimes you take stuff directly from it.
Yes.
But I wish they'd taken more. Although I guess that the things.
I mean, of course.
Well, because I want Ransack and Crumple Zone and Bulkhead and then more things. And I guess they port over Ratchet still being a cranky old.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a keeper.
That was one of the best things established by Animated, was Ratchet being a cranky old guy.
And there's a lot of animated Starscream in Transformers Prime Starscream.
Yeah. Yeah, he retains a good deal of that fabulousness.
And I mean, Prime adds a lot of new stuff that we're going to enjoy as well.
Yes.
But you won't be finding that out in the next episode.
Nope.
Because as is our custom, between seasons we always do something a little out of the ordinary. And in this case, we are doing the Mighty Orbots.
Yay! Yeah.
This is a series that I know
Spoilers.
absolutely nothing about.
Same. I have never watched it.
Wait, you guys haven't seen it?
No.
I mean, I missed it when it originally
I'm a
aired
young person, so
somehow.
no, I've not seen it.
Oh, yeah, I guess you wouldn't have seen
Yeah.
it. But Jen, the old cartoon.
You know,
Well, I guess-
I only
don't know.
even
I don't even
saw-
know if it aired in my.
I only even saw Robotech because it was on Sci-Fi Channel in the early 90s. So
Really?
it didn't,
Wow.
I don't think any of my local syndicated stations where I grew up, I mean, keep in mind, I grew up down a dirt road in Alabama. So I had a couple stations out of Columbus, Georgia, occasionally got some stuff out of Montgomery. But yeah, there were some things that just no one happened to pick up. Nobody actually picked up Voltron, where I grew up. And no one had Mighty Orbots. But I did watch GoBots, and of course I did watch Transformers. But yeah, and Robotech, I don't think I would have appreciated Robotech when I was a little kid anyway. I think I needed to be 14 to appreciate Robotech.
Well,
But yeah.
You might have appreciated Yellow Dancer.
Yeah, I probably would have.
Hold me
I
closer,
really liked
Yellow Dancer.
I really liked
She
Gem.
was cool.
I think I would have really liked Yellow Dancer as a kid.
Yeah.
That might have given me a lot to think about. Anyway, yeah, so I never saw Mighty Orbots before.
Oh, I'm gonna have to explain things to you guys.
Is it gonna be as bad as
Let's talk about
explaining
those-
Big O to Rob?
No, well, no. Although I'm gonna make you watch another video because we return to Osamu Dezaki, or me referencing Osamu Dezaki.
Ooh. What about Go Nagai?
Seth, no, we don't get to talk about the dirty uncle of manga this time, unless you want to watch Cry Baby, but I don't think so.
Yeah, this is a PG podcast.
Yeah. I think we're in poor PG-13.
Even so, I think
But-
that's still not quite Go
Yeah,
Nagai.
Go Nagais usually are. A soft R, but still an
I
R.
believe he was once described to me as the Jerry Bruckheimer of anime.
There was...
Who's Jerry Bruckheimer?
He produced he produced a lot of Michael Bay movies. And like Top Gun.
There was... Back in the old days of anime, by which I mean like 1999, when the anime you got to watch was basically whatever was in your Blockbuster Videos anime section. There was one of them that we rented one time had a trailer in front of it for some Go Nagai thing that I don't think I've ever quite been able to pinpoint, but it involved like cod pieces that were animals.
Shit. Battle of Virgin June or something
What?
like that. Wait, let me...
That is definitely the name of an
seen
anime
it,
they would
but
make up on Saturday Night Live. For a
there.
sketch making fun of anime.
Iron Virgin June.
Okay, and it's got people with
it's
animal
messed
cod
up.
pieces.
It's well, the animated version is supposedly toned down from the manga, but there's attempted rape and the women in the family get stronger by getting fucked or something. It's messed up because Go Nagai.
I mean, honestly, it looked like maybe a sex comedy or something from the trailer. As far as mostly what I remember is just a guy with like a turtle shell cod piece that then like a turtle sticks its head out of.
Yeah, that's Go Nagai,
It's a
except
pervert.
at his most extreme. Like, he can't help but stick comedy in there because he started out in gag manga.
But also, one of my favorite Star Wars expanded universe races is named after him.
Yes, the Nagai. Which means they should be super perverted and all pretty and badass ladies.
They're just pretty elves. They're just pretty goth elves.
Yeah.
So of course I like them.
Well, actually, his version of Pretty Man is kind of edgy, the sideburns.
Yeah, not so much.
I mean, they kind of look like Patrick Nagel drawings.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they're all just like blank white and they all have really good cheekbones.
Which is great because you can basically play characters that look like that in World of Warcraft. As of like this week, they made purple-skinned elves with white hair, so Drow, and they made white-skinned elves with purple hair, so like Nagai.
Anyway, we won't be talking about Go Nagai.
No,
We're talking about Mighty Orbots.
that's right, so stay tuned. But until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Facebook, we're on Tumblr, and we're on Twitter.
And we are hosted by iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up that is helping pay our hosting costs and various other expenses. That is at patreon.com/iaconunderground.
Oh, and actually, past week, I was guesting on a podcast about creepy critter cryptid podcast
Ooh.
thing. It's called Creepy Critters, a Cryptid Podcast. Talking about a weird Ainu Japanese Shinto demigod giant octopus woman.
Okay.
I listened to the episode. It was very interesting.
Ooh, I will have to download
Yay,
that.
I haven't actually listened to the whole thing. It was fun.
Yes.
It was with,
Jesse Cooper. I've also guested on his Alphabet Flight podcast.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
was recently on that, talking about some Marvel Handbook characters.
Ooh.
Yeah, I listened to that. Oh man, you guys hate the Eternals.
They suck.
I mean, I can understand why.
I kind of like the Deviants, but the Eternals are butt.
Yeah, the Deviants at least ended up with comics later where like, famous historical figures having sex with orcs.
Oh, right.
What was that guy?
Hickman. That was Jonathan
What?
Jonathan Hickman.
No, but
his shield. It was Isaac Newton having sex with a deviant.
Isaac Newton. Yes, that was. I couldn't remember what crazy scientist it was.
Why?
It's a weird book. Anyway,
Yeah.
and of course, if you want to write into us, feel free to write into the Maxim mailbag at stasispodcast@gmail.com. And join us next week, in which David will tell us what the hell an Orbot is.
Please explain the things.
But until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm David. For the longest time, I thought they were just mining robots. It's like, why is there a cartoon about mining robots?
闇の彼方静寂を引き裂き星の眠り呼び起こすのはどっちだ空目の前楽な魂たち行け場はないまっすぐに受け止めろ弱気や恐れを処して僕らは意識組み替えるその手を強く握り互いの絆信じて戦え
Because.
Oh, it's like war planets.
Ooh.
I can't fight these other robots. I'm just a miner.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was just a misspelling of robot.
Oh.
Somehow I overlooked that.
I thought it was like coffee, tea, or bots.
Damn it.
That would be a really good Transformers title.
Oh man, or maybe they're gold. They're like ore bots.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping the recording.
Alright, I will also stop the recording.
Yeah.